You know, when the weather starts to get a little chilly, especially here on the East Coast, there's certain flavors that say the holidays are coming, right? Ginger, nutmeg, cinnamon, all of those things. Baking, it's time. It's time to do that right now. And when you have the Power AirFryer Oven, man, it makes it so easy because you have this amazing convection oven that is on your counter, and it works really easy. In order to get these results, you would need a really expensive convection oven that you can only really get in a restaurant. So let me show you how to make some ginger cranberry scones. They're gonna be really delicious. They're super easy, actually kind of fun to make. And then, you know, decorating is even easier. If you're not a great decorator, this is the fun project for you because it's so easy. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our dry ingredients first. We have flour, we have cloves, we have baking soda, baking powder, salt, cinnamon, and then we have the fun stuff, candied ginger. Oh. And then we have cranberries, dried cranberries. You can use raisins if you want, whatever you like. Then we have some brown sugar. It smells like holidays already. I haven't even started yet. And then we have some nutmeg. All the recipes are online, guys, so you're not going to miss anything. I like a little extra nutmeg because, I don't know, I'm just in the mood. All right, that looks good to me. Then what we're going to do is give it a little mix, just like this. Again, it's not a precise, exact science. Just kind of incorporate all those dry ingredients until you think they're well blended. You're not going to mess it up if you have a little extra clump of ginger over here or over there. It doesn't matter. All right, that's all we have to do with that. And then the fun part. Frozen butter, about 10 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to put it on one of these graters, and then we're going to grate the butter right into the batter. The reason we do that is because we want to incorporate the butter at a certain rate so it's easy to mix. All right, and this is the way to get tender, flaky scones. If you put too much butter in clumps, you're not going to get that consistency that you're looking for. Okay, so look, your butter looks like that. It's kind of cool, I like it. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our hands and we're gonna work the butter right into our dry ingredients. Once you feel like the butter is well incorporated, just like maybe a minute, maybe two. Then we're gonna work on our wet ingredients and we're gonna incorporate those as well. All right, so now we're gonna work on our wet ingredients. We have 1 egg. We're gonna drop it into our bowl. We have some canola oil, vanilla, sour cream, and then last but not least, some heavy cream. And then we're just going to combine the ingredients so they're well incorporated. All right, that looks good. And then we are going to work our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients. I just kind of like pour it around like this. And then once you kind of get it going, then we're going to go manual. We're going to use our hands. All right, here we go. So now we're going to work this in. And eventually what you're going to get is you're going to get a nice ball of dough. And then that dough is what we're going to cut into scones. Okay, when it starts to form, when it starts to hold together, that's when you know it's time. You're going to dump it out onto your cutting board. And then you're going to work it into a nice little ball of dough. All right, I know you can't smell this, but if this doesn't smell like the holidays, I don't know what does. Imagine waking up in the morning to a cranberry ginger scone, a big cup of coffee or tea. Man, whew, that's Christmas morning to me. All right, so now all we're gonna do, again, you don't have to be perfect when it comes to this kind of batter and dough. We're just gonna smash it down into a disc, like about the size that you would want your scone to be. So think about a scone, and that's exactly the width that you're gonna get for yourself, just like that. All right, so all I have to do now is put the dough into the fridge just for a half hour. We just want it to firm up, and then I'll show you what to do next. All right, I grabbed it out of the fridge, just 30 minutes. Now it's nice and set up. That's what we like to say, we like to set up. And then I'm gonna cut it into 8 pieces. So it's just like kind of cutting a pizza. So we're just gonna go down the center. And then we're gonna cross it right down the other center. Can you have 2 centers? I guess. And then we're gonna, again. And remember, when you're doing this, just like when you're making this batter, it's not an exact science. I know sometimes people, when they bake, they're like, oh, it's gotta be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Then what I did is I took my tray and I put some parchment paper on it. I just kind of traced it and cut it. That's gonna make it a lot easier for you when you're baking these. So we're gonna put these down. We should be able to get 4 per tray, like this. And then we have heavy cream, and we are going to put heavy cream all over them. This is going to add a little shine, and it's also going to help us decorate. I'm just using a regular paintbrush. You could use a basting brush. I like paintbrushes because they're easy to find, they're easy to get, and these are actually pretty cheap. So as you destroy them, when you're using them for barbecue sauce or whatever you're using them for, you can kind of just chuck them, and again, you're not wasting a ton of money. Then, just pick your favorite sugar, okay? Here I have little, it looks like Christmas balls. I love these, because these are red, they're white. Look how shiny the silver is. They make them in all different colors and shapes and sizes. So whatever your holiday tradition is, or the colors of your holiday, you can use it. Mine are green and red and white and gold and silver. Maybe it's blue, maybe it's red, whatever you like. Okay, it's not baking if you don't make a mess. Just remember that. All right, so we're gonna put this one on the bottom. And we'll put this one like right in the middle. All right, we're gonna bake these at 365 degrees for 18 minutes. So in order to do that, the default timer is 370 and 15. We're gonna take it down to 365, and we're gonna take it up to 18 minutes. We hit the power button, it turns on. All that superheated cyclonic air is flowing around our scones. Halfway through, we're gonna flip the racks to make sure that they're cooked perfect and even, and then wait till you see how beautiful they are, and I get to taste them. All right, that's a good sound, because that means the scones are done. Now, you remember when I put them in, they almost look exactly the same, and that's how scones are supposed to look. So they don't really change that much in the oven. So we're gonna take these out. Now remember, everything is gonna be hot when you take it out of this oven. So always use a towel or a hot mitt. So the nice thing about scones is they don't really have to sit around that long before you get to eat them. I like to eat these warm like a cookie, but you know what, they're also great in an hour, 2 hours the next day, and even a couple days later. Scones are great like that. I even like them when they get stale, and you can dip them in your coffee. So this is how they look when they're done. Look at that, guys. A delicious scone. Smells like the holidays. Oh. Cheers.